Okay, so favorite app in Office with Touch, personally, is OneNote. But Touch is enabled throughout Office, for its Outlook or Word or Excel. And you'll see that throughout the day. Now, the other pillar we talked about was enterprise social. So I'm pleased to say social really is now built within the core product of both Office and the server products like SharePoint 2013 and Lync, but also with the new acquisition we had maybe 6 months ago with Yammer. So you'll see really we've built a social completely within the integrity of the product itself. So social has become the norm within Office 365. So rather than talking about it, let's share it with you. So right there, I'm back on my desktop. And one of the things we were talking about earlier is Yammer. Now, this is my Yammer Tech Days site. So how many people here have joined Yammer so far? Let me just get a poll. Okay, probably about a third of you, right? You've all, or you should all have been invited to join our extended social network, Yammer. And this is the sort of experience you'll get. And the reason why we did this is because we've extended it so we can post up the PowerPoints, we can share information like white papers, you can ask us questions, you can ask all of the presenters and all the owners of the breakout sessions are all on Yammer, so you can find them, contact them. It's pretty much exclusive for the Tech Days team. And you'll notice we've got a whole bunch of information in here from different people posting things. There's Daniel, he's posted a recent video we had on some of the taxi cabs here. So it's very easy to share information, collaborate, join groups, and I encourage you to do so. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload a file here. I'm going to basically announce a little competition. So for those people who have already got Yammer installed on your Windows Phone or your iPhone or whatever, here's an opportunity for you to win a new Nokia Lumia 720. From now until the end of the day, the first 3 people that register for or basically post to the wall here, the all network wall, will have a chance to win one of 3 things: either a Nokia Lumia 720 or Office 365 Home Premium for a year subscription. And I'm just going to say games begin. Okay, so as soon as I've uploaded this, now if you go and post it, we're going to get the 3rd person and the 6th person and the 50th person that logs something on Yammer will have one of those 3 prizes, and you'll find out at the end of the day. So I encourage you, A, join Yammer, B, just post anything, picture, photo of your dog, of your wife, or whatever. And just post it up there, and you got a chance to win. We're also running other social games as well up there as well. So please do join Yammer and share with us your experience. Now, you might notice on the top right-hand corner is I've got admin privileges. So I want to show you some really cool stuff you can do with that with the admin privileges here. And what is brilliant about this is I can now get really good optics or really good vision of what people are doing on my Yammer site. So you can see here we've got 182 members, 9 likes in total. It comes up with a nice graph showing me how it's exploding as we started Tech Days. You guys have posted 42 messages, especially over the last few days. We've even got 14 new groups that have been created. The sponsor group seems to be the most popular. And we've got 27 files that have been uploaded. And what is very interesting is you're accessing it from the web or the mobile, and we can even see which mobile platform you guys are using. So just imagine having this power of this social network within your organization and still being able to do reporting and analytics of how it's been used. It's quite a powerful tool, to say the least. Okay, so that's the competition. We'll announce the winners at the end of today when we check back. So please do join our Yammer group. Now, social is not just in Yammer, it's also built within SharePoint 2013. So you can see here, this is my Office 365 live tenant sitting on our data centers here in Asia Pacific. And this is my, if you like, where I go to every day. This is my news feed. This tells me who I'm following, whether people have posted things about me, whether I'm following documents, sites. Maybe there's a tagging trends, like dumplings seems to be a popular topic here for some reason. And just like Yammer within SharePoint, I can also post pictures. I can pretty much browse for a picture and upload anything. Maybe my favorite dumpling in this case, because I know I like dumplings in San Francisco. Let's just post my fave, right? So you guys now know I'm a dumpling fan. So this is really just the news feeds, and it really does give you that one-click look to see what's happening in your organization. The other thing I've got here is SkyDrive Pro. Now, just like SkyDrive consumer version, this is the professional version. So this is built within SharePoint 2013, and it gives you the ability to have document store, your personal document store, sitting on SharePoint in the cloud, where you can then manage your documents. And you can make these documents secure, or you can give them access to everybody in the organization. This is where I store my sort of information I want to share with everybody. So, for example, we've got one here called Compliance Regulation. Let me just click on this. It uses, now, without having to open up the Office product and then download the document, I can now, in place, read this document with the Office web apps. So with one click, I can see what that document is, and I can browse through it, decide whether or not I want to edit it or not. That's quite nice. I can also share that, maybe with Terence or a whole group of us. I can follow that document, so if somebody updates that document, I will get informed, so it will have a workflow built in. And we can even create very complex workflows to make it a whole document management repository system for enterprise content management. So it's a very powerful environment just for using Document Store. And this is SkyDrive Pro. Now, one of the other things about SkyDrive Pro is we built this new feature now, the ability to sync. So just by clicking that one button at the top, Sync, I can now synchronize my entire document library down to my PC. So if I get on an airplane with no network connectivity, I can update my documents. As soon as I get back, it synchronizes to the cloud, and all my documents are then shared with everybody that I need to share them with. SkyDrive Pro. And this is, as you can see here in the bottom right-hand corner, if I hover over it, SkyDrive Pro is up to date. So I've already synchronized these in the background. So it's a pretty powerful document management system, but one of the things quite often is you want to have a shared work group. So I'm going to go to this feature called Sites, which is probably familiar with people who use SharePoint. And you'll notice here we've got a CIO luncheon. In fact, it's the same CIO luncheon we had just now downstairs. So if I click on that, this is now my workspace shared with my team about how we're managing the CIO event. And the beauty about this, you can integrate projects in Excel, so you can actually manage the project. So I can decide whether I want to move things around just with a click of my finger. Here's all my news feeds, which are all coming in relevant for that particular event. Somebody seems to have liked that. And you'll notice here's the document store as well of all the documents related to the event itself. Now, one of the other things I love about this with the document store is I can now, with one click, I can drag from my desktop, I can drag and drop straight into the document store from my desktop or my documents, and automatically that's now up in the cloud, shared with everybody, and now they can have access to the same documents I see. So pretty powerful capability within shared groups. So I'm going to edit just one document here. You see one here called the business proposal. So again, I can see what that proposal is. If I want to edit it, I just click, one click. It will open up the rich Word client editor. It will download that document from SharePoint Online, and then I have the opportunity to work within that document directly on my desktop. So just give it a few seconds. It's pulled it down. And you'll notice on the right-hand side, because Word is now cloud-enabled, it's recognized that I was editing that document only 45 minutes ago. So it said, look, welcome back, pick up where you last took off. So it's now become even sociable to me. It's now telling me, look, David, you've got this document. So now I can go back to this document. I can see that Eddie has been editing the document instantaneously. I also see that I might need to do some more work on this particular presentation. So maybe I want to insert some content from the internet in this case. One of the other features which I love about Office is that it's now become extensible. So you can now write rich HTML5 applications to extend the power of Office. And I've got one that we've downloaded earlier, which is freely available for you guys to use. It's called the Bing News app. Now, I'm just going to launch that. So it's now plugged into the right-hand side of my screen. And once that launches, you'll notice it's basically integrated to the Bing search engine. So when I click on the word Microsoft at the bottom corner, it's immediately put that into the search bar. It's given me all the content associated with Microsoft and even videos maybe that I might want to embed into my document. And in this case, probably Bill is a good chance to get Bill into the presentation. I'm just going to add Bill to my document here. Now, because it's a video or it's a picture, I can play it in line, or I can move that picture around and use the power of Word in-place editing, maybe use some wrap text feature, move it around, choose where I want to put it, all these nice capabilities built within Word, and I can now pretty much save that, done. So now I've now edited that document, saved it to my SharePoint Online with one click, and you'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner, there's somebody else editing that document as we speak. Happens to be Terence, who's standing right next to me. Maybe I just want to talk to Terence and say, look, I notice you're editing this. It tells you a bit about Terence. So I can then say hi, and then we can maybe have a chat over IM.
So even we are so close, we can still use IM to communicate, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now let me add graph.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. All right. Okay. Great. Now, thanks to the the Office 365, we understand that most of the customer, the environment may be heterogeneous, not homogeneous. With Office 365, now Office can be installed into 5 different machines, including both Windows, PC, and Mac machine as well. Now you can see on my screen, it is a Mac Office. I am using access the same file that Eddie has shared with you before. Because I am using the co-authoring capability, now I see that some changes have been made by Derek. Let me click the update button so that what it does, the Mac will go back to the SharePoint server to retrieve the update that just made by Derek. As we mentioned before, it is about the business document for the executive. What we're going to do is we need to give more data points for the executive to consider the next business trend. Okay, let me add a graph. Just go here and then add the pie chart, all right? And then it will pop up the Excel to call up the data table. And then when I go back to my Excel, go back to my Word, you see that the graph is already embedded into the Word document. Similarly, I can just save all the changes that I've made in here, and then it will through the cloud and save it back to the SharePoint Online SkyDrive storage. Now let me switch back to Derek.
Okay, so Terence was basically editing on his, I hope that's a home Mac, right? He's editing on his Mac with Office, saved to the cloud, saved to Office 365 and SharePoint Online. And you'll notice here in the bottom right-hand corner, I've now got updates available. So again, all I need to do is click on that. Word will then check those updates, and it will update the document. To give it a few seconds. And it will basically bringing all the edits from whoever's been editing that document for the last few minutes. Okay, so with a bit of luck, there you go. So pretty cool co-authoring across platform, Windows 8, even the Mac, and you can do this across pretty much any browser who's accessing the SharePoint Online. Thanks, Terence.
Okay.
Very good. Okay, so let me go back to the presentation. So we did the demo. I think you guys see that social is built into the whole platform. Now, as I mentioned before, control is really also important. So I'd like to introduce Daniel, who's going to talk to you how you can control this stuff in more detail. Thanks, Daniel.